I was running a lot of Facebook, doing my best with Google ads, but the quality of leads just weren't there. I've worked with 2 or 3 other companies and they were nothing near what you guys bring to the table. This year, we're 3 to 4 times the amount we were last year. I don't think it took us much longer than 3 months to start seeing results. We were doing 1.8 million, I'd say. This year, we're close to 4. It gives me peace of mind knowing that the company that I'm working with is truly invested into my company as well. Not only me, but my father owns the business. We were kind of blown away by it.
Chad, awesome connecting with you today. First, why don't we just start off with if you could give a little bit of info on what you do with JPK Landscape.
So JPK Landscape is a family-owned business. We've been in business now for 40 years. We used to do a lot of commercial maintenance, residential maintenance as well. And then we slowly evolved to larger jobs in the hardscape industry, paver patios, walkways, retaining walls, pools, stuff to that extent. So that's kind of where we're at now. We grew to about 15 to 20 employees where we had about 4 about 7 years ago. So that's kind of a quick rundown of our company and what we do.
Awesome. And where were you guys at revenue-wise before and after starting working with us?
This year, we're 3 to 4 times the amount we were last year. I'd say we were doing 1.8 million. I'd say this year we're close to 4.
Amazing. Love to hear that, Matt.
Very amazing.
Can you describe your process working with us? What was that like? What was that like going through the whole process, getting us as a partner with your SEO, with your website?
Yeah, it was pretty seamless. You guys are very experienced. You guys always keep me in the loop, keeping me updated to what's going on. I know it's an ever-changing world in the online Google space. So you guys do a good job of keeping me in the loop, keep me updated on things. I've also learned a lot about the industry from working with you guys, which is a good thing because I really understand kind of where you guys are coming from.
Can you describe what your process was like before working with us? What were you doing before?
Yeah, so before I was working with you guys, it was more of a one-man show. I was running a lot of Facebook, social media ads, doing my best with Google ads, but the quality of leads just weren't there. And then once I got with you guys, the quality of leads increased, the conversion rates went up, which obviously, increased our bottom line.
Love it. So how's your process changed now since working with us?
I do less social media advertising, and, I really rely on the organic searches that you guys create for us. So I would say that, I've spent a lot less money using social media ads and put that more towards the organic searches. I believe the reason why our bottom line has expanded so much.
Can you elaborate on the time commitment required on your end? What has been required on your side as far as?
That's the beautiful thing about all this is the time commitment on my end is very minimal. You guys do majority of the legwork, which gives me peace of mind. You guys are very experienced in what you do. You're always keeping me in the loop and updating things, which, again, gives us peace of mind. And, I'm able to perform my day-to-day task and not worry so much about grabbing those leads or, going the extra 2 hours to find leads. So I would say that's how it's changed the most.
That's awesome. And based on the results so far, where do you see your business in the next 6 to 12 months?
If we continue at this rate, I would say that we can expand at another margin next year, right around what we did this year. I don't think the problem that we have right now as a company is expanding as much as it is finding more workers to help us keep up with what you guys are bringing in.
We're growing too fast, it sounds like.
Yeah, that is true. That's a good problem to have, though.
What surprised you most about SEO, working with us on this? Did you have any misconceptions before starting?
What was shocking to me the most is the experience you guys had and basically the obsession that you had to grow our business, even though you weren't really a part of the business. That's what really sold me on you guys. I've had 2 or 3 points of contact since working with you guys, and there hasn't been one time in transition to another point of contact where I felt that I lost any sense of communication or I was starting over. Everybody that I've worked with has been very knowledgeable and has basically the best interest in the company.
I love to hear that, man. Were you surprised by the results we got?
Yes, I'm not going to lie. I shouldn't say I was surprised, but it happened a lot quicker than I thought. I understand, SEO is kind of a slow grind process, but I don't think it took us much longer than 3 months to start seeing results and quality leads.
And what type of results do we see in that type of time frame?
Yeah, I don't have the exact numbers in front of me, but the conversion rate from that to the time that, I would say, mid-spring compared to the mid-spring to last year, it was double the amount of leads, and the leads were a lot higher quality and led to a lot higher conversions.
I remember at one point you told us we had like a 10x ROI at one point. I think that was about August, it's a couple months ago.
I don't have the exact numbers in front of me, but I would say it's bordering on that same line.
10x return on capital, that's amazing. And I'm sure, like, were you nervous? Because initially you didn't have a website. Like, we had just got started with the SEO. We come back and say, hey, man, like, we need to do your website too. Is that nerve wracking? Like, did you have the concern, hey, these guys, like, I'm not sure if they're just trying to upsell me more?
No, no, no. I actually did not. You guys go above and beyond what is required. Like I said, you almost obsessed over our business. And, to be honest with you, I didn't even know if creating was a website was something you guys did. But you stepped right in. You developed, you revamped the entire website. In doing so, it was great communication, reaching out if you had any questions. And then, to add to that, you guys are always thinking of ways to expand the company, which I truly appreciate. You guys just don't come in and you create the website and then just let it be. You guys are always thinking of ways to improve it, whether it be speed, SEO, or whatever the case may be.
If someone was on the fence about working with us, what would you tell them?
Give them a shot. I was on the fence, but after, a few months, you guys have really impressed me with your professionalism. And like I said, again, your obsession with our company, almost like you're another employee of ours. So I'd say after the 3 or 4 months of working with you guys, I was truly impressed by not only the knowledge you guys have in the industry, but with the professionalism you guys carried yourself with. Again, it gives me as a customer who's in the field most of the time, peace of mind knowing that the company that I'm working with is truly invested into my company as well.
I love that, man. Yeah, we truly do try to make it a piece of our own and act as partners in that. Can you remind me that number one more time? You said you grew from 1.4 million to around 4 million this year?
Yeah, I would say this year we're going to crunch the numbers at the end of the year once, January hits. But yeah, I would say we're borderlining on 5 million.
I love that, man.
Yeah, and I will say that's all because of you guys. I've halted a lot of the social media advertising, like I said, and I've relied on you guys a lot. And quality of leads that are coming in, we're able to convert them a lot better than we have in years past.
I love that, man. Any final thoughts?
I'll try to make this brief. The expertise and the experience you guys bring, I've worked with 2 or 3 other companies and they were nothing near what you guys bring to the table. So kudos to that. And another thing is, the comprehensive CEO strategy that you guys laid out was very impressive to me. I know that you're always having to, Google, you're always having to make new data and you have to create new backlinks. That being said, you guys also set realistic expectations for me. You didn't come in off the bat saying this is we're going to make you millions and this. You explained to me that it was a slow grind process and it was going to be, a little bit until you saw results. So I appreciate you guys being upfront about that. In addition to that, you guys are easy to work with, customer centric approach for sure. And then lastly, it was just the return on the investment. I was just, not only me, but my father owns the business. We were kind of blown away by it. So yeah, I would say those are the 4 points that I have written down that I was highly impressed with you guys about.
I love it. Chad, well, we're just getting started. It's been awesome so far. It's been an amazing year and hopefully more.
Yeah, it has been. Appreciate it, Chad. I'm not the best at videos, so I'm sorry. Sorry if my word isn't the best, but yeah, man, I can't thank you guys enough for what you guys have done for us. And I'm really excited for what the future brings.
Definitely. My brother, I appreciate it. Thanks for your time today. We can wrap it up with that. I really appreciate this.